is Raul Reyes, and today we're talking about the photosynthesis process in trees. To break down the term photosynthesis, photo meaning light, synthesis meaning to put together. When you combine the two terms, it's putting together with light. And what the whole process of photosynthesis is the conversion of sunlight energy that comes from the sun, and which that is then converted into sugars for the plant and trees themselves. It is when carbon dioxide and water are then broken down and converted, combined, broken down to make glucose and oxygen that is then released through the pores of the leaves from the plants. The whole process is then started through the roots. That is, the water from the roots goes up to the leaves that then begin the process through the tiny green pigments of the trees of any other plant, known as a chloroplast, where they start the formulating and breaking down of carbon dioxide and water to create glucose and the excess oxygen that is then released for us to live. With trees, we wouldn't have a carbon cycle. Without plants, we wouldn't have air, we wouldn't have oxygen to breathe. Life itself would be not known. So the the importance of trees is very vital. Trees are vital for us, trees are vital for the world, trees are vital for life.
Hello, my name is Yvonne Schrecker, and I'll be discussing the importance of trees. O2 from photosynthesis is just one of many ways trees benefit the world. Trees provide homes for everything from microorganisms living in roots to birds and nests and everything in between. Trees do everything from stabilizing our soil and storing nutrients and minerals, and they help maintain our temperatures and the overall ecological balance of nature. As the most important renewable resource, we use trees for many things, mostly for building. Countless animals and other organisms live in trees and the protective forests they make up. When we begin removing an animal's habitat to create our own, we disrupt a critical life cycle process that can take decades to recover or that could be lost for good. If you live or drive on the far west side of town, it's impossible not to notice the subdivisions replacing the majestic oaks. Some of these trees are hundreds of years old, and a large community they're made up of can be cut down in a matter of days. Be it a squirrel that lived in a removed tree or the food that grew on plants that were plowed down, we all use and need trees to live and live in. If you've been to California, you've seen the huge homes lining the hills. If you watch the news, you've most likely watched the mudslides that wash those homes down the hills. In fact, this happens around the world as our population continues to grow and space to build homes is more limited. Trees help provide stability in the soil and prevent water from running off the land during heavy rains. When the trees are cleared from hills to build homes, the soil in the hillsides is weakened and the water is free to flow downhill, taking the soil, the nutrients needed for new tree development, and the homes with it. Not only do trees provide a home and protection from the elements, they provide a natural thermostat for maintaining temperature. Shade from trees helps to cool temps from the hot summer sun. Anyone would notice a difference in temperature from the concrete forest of downtown San Antonio to the milder temperatures in the tree-lined hill country. Fewer trees we have, the higher temperatures get. Changes we make that affect the environment can change a plant community, and thus change a whole biome. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Amanda Frias, and today I will be discussing how photosynthesis affects global warming. Global warming occurs when carbon dioxide, or CO2, and other air pollutants and greenhouse gases collect in the atmosphere and absorb sunlight and solar radiation that has bounced off of the Earth's surface. Recently, science have announced that carbon dioxide had reached 400 parts per million in the atmosphere. Meanwhile, humanity is raising the level by about 2 parts per million a year by burning fossil fuels, cutting down forests, and other similar activities. Because all of this radiation stays in the atmosphere, it causes the planet to get a lot hotter. One way this can be reduced is through photosynthesis. All plants consume carbon dioxide and release oxygen, meaning that they reduce the concentration of CO2 in the atmosphere, leading to the warming effect being reduced as well. But as plants need carbon dioxide, they also need moisture and nutrients and minerals from Earth as well. Not only do plants help save Earth's atmosphere, but they also help humans live and breathe. With the CO2 that comes in, the oxygen comes out, giving humans air to breathe. This is why it is very important to protect trees and plant trees and protect the forest at all costs, as they absorb CO2 by photosynthesis.
My name is Tiffany Jensen, and I will be talking about the importance of the carbon cycle. Along with providing homes for small forest creatures, trees give off oxygen, which is crucial for all living creatures on the planet. Trees also absorb carbon dioxide, which we breathe out. Carbon dioxide is necessary for trees to be able to grow. This cycle of oxygen and carbon dioxide exchange is called the carbon cycle. When animals eat the leaves from trees, they are ingesting carbon. These creatures use this carbon to build their own tissue and for their own individual needs, and then return the carbon dioxide when they breathe out. Increased levels of carbon dioxide insulate the earth and cause temperatures to rise. This is another reason trees are so vital to sustaining life on Earth. More trees on Earth means more carbon dioxide absorbed as well as more oxygen produced. Planting more trees would be beneficial and is very crucial for all life on the planet to continue into the future. Planting more trees would help also regulate the temperature on Earth and prevent global warming and help our planet heal from the damage that humans have already caused.
Hi, my name is Alyssa, and deforestation is clearing a wide area of trees. It's the third largest source of greenhouse gas outflow. Trees are a necessity for humans because they do so much. Did you know forests act like giant air filters for the world? They protect us against natural disasters and they keep all life going. They grow more slowly as they age, and they are the oldest living organisms on the earth. Can you imagine a world without trees? The world will go downhill. Without trees, the world will be filthy air and lack of oxygen, lifeless soil, and drought. Around 15 billion trees are cut down every year. Most people on Earth try to conserve trees, which is good because we need them. Planting trees and protecting them will prevent trees from being wiped out. Trees protect the future. Human life and animal life is in danger without trees. Trees give us life, so without trees, there's no life. Think about it.